regarding bicyclists and sidewalks has been around for quite some time. And the law is clear that bicyclists, as vehicles that are somewhat mutant or hybrid vehicles, have the right to ride on the road or on the sidewalk as they wish. However, the fact is that bicyclists are prohibited from riding on sidewalks in urban core areas in a number of cities. And unfortunately for us riders, these kinds of restrictions are not signed well. So it's very difficult to know where you can and can't ride. However, we've done some work in cataloging these things, and they are available on our website. Or you can look at the website of the particular town or city where you live. But in areas where you are allowed to ride on the sidewalk, which is any area where there are no laws prohibiting it, you can ride on the street or on the sidewalk as you wish. And when you're on the sidewalk, you have the right-of-way relative to motor vehicles, which means that cars coming down driveways, out of parking lots, out of underground parking structures or alleyways, must come to a complete stop before they enter the crosswalk, which is a requirement for vehicles, and they must yield the right-of-way to you on the sidewalk. However, there is a trap for you as a bicyclist, because while it is true that you do have the right-of-way on the sidewalk or in a crosswalk if you're crossing in a crosswalk like a pedestrian, there is a speed limit imposed such that if you want the right-of-way, you must go no faster than a walking speed. And a walking speed is about 3 miles an hour. Kind of difficult to even keep the bike upright at that speed. And if there are no motor vehicles around, you can ride at a normal safe speed. But if there is a vehicle and you're intending to have them honor your right-of-way, you must go no faster than a walking speed. It's a little-known trap for many bicyclists that there is that speed requirement, but it is important that you follow it, because otherwise you could be in a position of considerable upset if you find out that if someone were to bump you and they were obviously at fault, admitted the fault at the scene, later you may find out that it is alleged that you were violating the law by going too quickly. Another part of the law that's important for us bicyclists on sidewalks is to know that while we can ride on sidewalks, we must yield the right-of-way to pedestrians. And we are required to provide an audible signal or an audible warning to pedestrians when we pass them. That means to have a bell or to announce yourself. It's not such that you have to have such a loud signal or a bell that somebody who is listening to earphones with music at high volume can hear, but it is required that you provide them an audible signal so that a reasonable person could hear you. Otherwise, if they stagger or fall in front of you and you hit them and hurt them, you'll be held at fault. The final rule about sidewalks and crosswalks for bicyclists is that while you do have the right-of-way vis-a-vis other vehicles when you're in the crosswalk or on the sidewalk, you must not leave a place of safety and ride or step out into the path of an oncoming vehicle when that vehicle is so close as to constitute an immediate hazard. And when you think about it, it really just gives vehicles an opportunity for the driver to perceive you, to react, and about average for a reaction time is 1.6 seconds for most folks who are driving, and to slow their vehicle down so that they have an opportunity to give you the right-of-way that you deserve by law.
For the full text of the statutes mentioned and much more information, go to Pedal Power, a legal guide for Oregon bicyclists.